camera and not look at it.
We got the motor, we got the bottom and top housings, got the bottom plate. This is the remote control sensor that goes inside this, and we expect that to be a tight fit. We have remote control, the wiring, and the little hanging pipe. Here are the 3 blades. They're really large. It's going to look nice in this room. The mounting bracket's going to go into the ceiling, and there's a canopy over that, and a canopy bottom cover right here. This is called a hanger bar, and this is the coupling cover, fan motor assembly, the blades, the little blade brackets. That's the bottom cover called decorative cover, and there's your sensor. So here we go. This is the mounting bracket. That's going to go up into the hole in the wall, and then these two are going to go on top of it. Okay, we have the power off. We've got all the wires coming down for both the fan and the light. But since this kit doesn't have a light in it, we're going to cap off the light. Okay, so we have 2 switches, the fan and the light. One of them is the fan, one's the light, so it doesn't really matter which one we cap off, so we're picking the red. The black is going to be hot and the white is going to be common, and then we have the ground. I'm going to take the old bracket out, put the new one in, which is a little bit bigger. Okay, we got the red wire out of the way. Okay, now we're going to connect the little remote control unit. White on white, black on black. Okay, so we got, one thing that's nice about these, it allows you to, that bracket was put in there, it allows you to just put this in there, and it holds the whole unit up for you. You don't have to struggle with hanging a piece of wire and those types of things. So we take out the little set screws, screw that in, hold the wire up. See the line right here that matches up where we're going to put the blades on the bottom of this. Okay. The little holding bracket on here.
I'm just getting them a little bit snug, but not tightened down right now.
This side up. That's nice that these bolts are attached. You don't have to pull them all one at a time. Tightening them up by hand. Yeah, because sometimes, depending on parts, if you go too overzealous with the electric drill, you'll strip these heads out. Now we're going to put this little canopy over the motor. And by the way, when we screwed this in, this little bar, did you have to put this on?
This bar did not need to go on. This is made if you have a smaller diameter.
Oh, okay. So you would put this
shaft.
Little clip, cotter pin in this little clip, but we don't have that because it's an exact fit. Okay, we removed the little ground clip to get it over, even though this feels a little rubbery. We didn't want to force it over the top. There we go. We'll put that ground back on.
Now you can show this at once.
Now we're going to put this housing that goes up to the ceiling.
This will go in first.
That'll go on first, and that's going to cover ceiling contraptions in the remote unit. That on for the little mark side goes up toward the ceiling. This is going to go in, secondly. Then we're going to put this holder that's going to allow us to strap into the ceiling. Now we're going to attach the ground, make that ground wire go vertical in terms of the little clip to get it out of the way. And we're going to lift the little ball up, put the pin in first. That pin holds itself in the ball right there. Right there, there it goes. The lines in here. Give it a little tighten.
First try.
Okay, we're gonna hang it, insert that ball on the other side, and then now it'll just give us a little hang space. Now we can test if the ceiling's gonna cave in. Okay.
Whenever I have 4 wires going together in a nut, I will check each one individually to make sure they're all snug. Even if it feels like the cap is tightened down, I want to make sure they're all tight.
And what are those?
Loose,
What are those 4 wires? They're all
there's
ground
a
wires.
ground coming off of the fan, off the transformer, off the
ball,
bracket,
and the ceiling.
and from the house.
Okay, and then your black and your white were already attached, right?
Black and white already hooked
So
up.
now we just have to connect the little hub transformer remote sort of thing into the motor itself.
Now this won't fit inside this bracket very easily.
What's that? Yellow wire is an antenna, right?
This is the wireless antenna.
Yeah, okay. And so sometimes that unit would fit into the cup, but it's not going to.
It's not going to.
So you're going to tuck it in up underneath,
we're gonna work on getting it tucked in here.
up into the top of the bracket. All right, so you went horizontal flush to the ceiling.
And it worked first try, so that was nice.
Let's try, yeah. Okay, so you see everything's sort of pushed in there. We've got the remote. And that was the drill that almost got the dog. Oh, God. Okay, we have the unit put on top of the shelf, got all the wires crammed in. And then you have to drop these screws right here down because they're gonna fit into these little slots and we're gonna turn them. So do that before you put the cup. They should loosen by hand when you're first starting. And hopefully everything is in here enough. See, when we push this, it looks like it's gonna cover everything perfectly. Okay, yep, we got them down. We turn them into the narrower slots, and then we're going to tighten it up. And this cap, you're just going to push on those screw heads. Okay, and that bottom plate just pushed on the screw heads, right?
Yes.
Okay, we're almost assembled. And we got a plate that goes on the bottom. Is that snapping in, or is it screwing?
No, it's gonna screw on.
Screw on, okay. That's a nice looking fan.
It's very sleek.
Set up the transmitter, we put the batteries in, we press learn mode. Ensure the AC power to the fan is off. To begin the learning process, slip the dip switch in the battery compartment to the 1 position. Turn the AC's power on the fan, on the wall. Within 60 seconds of turning the power on, press and release the learn button located in the remote's battery compartment. Okay, so that's this little button right here, right? Okay, so we have the batteries in, we have it in the 1 position. This little dip switch down here. You got the wall on. And then within 60 seconds, press and release the learn button.
Oh, I saw it blinking on the other side.
Oh, there it goes.
No, it was blinking on the other side.
We have turnage. The fan will now accept commands from the remote. What can we do? We can make it go slower. You can see the little LED slider, that's pretty nice. We can make it go faster.
I know. Trash can.
And, you know, with a blade that big, it's not gonna go fast immediately because it's got to build up some momentum, and it's definitely going faster. That's all the way up. Go slower.
Pull that up so we can. There it is. Finally got that.
So we have a LED indicator, fan on, increase speed, fan slow, decrease speed, power on and off, comfort breeze, a timer. Would you have 2 hour, 4 hour, and 8 hour? Some buttons that are
All these things.
may not be used. Weather, oh, that's nice. You can turn the direction from the ground instead of climbing up there, pushing that little switch on the ceiling fan. All right, there are 3 comfort breeze settings. Pressing this little wavy function right here will activate comfort breeze mode, and the LED bar will illuminate slowly from bottom to top to display the current setting. Setting 1 alternates speeds 1 through 3. 2 is 4 through 6. And setting 3 alternates speed 7 through 9. So let's see what happens. We click this guy. And the third one. So it's going to oscillate between a variety of speeds in those zones. Now we have it run 2 hours on comfort zone 3. Here's a remote control holder if you want to use that. Remember, warm weather, you want the fan to go counterclockwise, so the air comes down, a cooling effect. In the winter time, cold weather, you want the fan to go clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, so it sucks the air up. And that's the overall instructions. I'm not sure why the instructions didn't talk about where to put that unit up in there, but we put it in this little slot here. So we're going to install Hubspace. We're going to download the app from the App Store. Launch the app. Put an email address and password if you don't have an account. And you need Bluetooth access. 2.4 gigahertz. And then we're going to tap the plus sign on the upper right corner of the app, scan this QR code that came with it, and that should sync us up. If you're unable to access the QR code for your light, you can put in discovery mode. Switch the device on and off 5 times. The light will pulse to show you it can now be discovered. Okay, we've got the app installed, and hit the plus sign. Add product. I'm going to scan the QR code. Ceiling fan added. Whee! Select a room, family room. Next. Okay, we're waiting. Position is on. Okay, so what we're doing here is connecting this app to the fan with Bluetooth, and then we're giving the fan the home network information. Okay, we gave it our home network, Wi-Fi, and password. And we're done. There we go, ceiling fan. Oh, that's cool. A little bit easier to control the speed. Power it on. Can go down and up. You want it to go down, and there's the timer function. So a lot more fidelity controlling this with the app than the remote control settings. Product name. We'll get rid of that address and that stuff. That's nice. Let's go slower. think we'll be using the app more than the remote control. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Because the kids will be using the remote control.
Right.
People who have permission to have a phone will be using the app. And it slowed down. Let's pick it up a notch. We're gonna go high speed, test for noise.
We can put the receiver up.
That was pretty seamless install.
It was.
The remote,
because the
yep.
remote fit. Because the remote fit in there pretty
Yep.
easily. I've dealt with the smaller.
Ooh, that's putting out some air now.
Where's Winner?
That feels good. And we didn't use this wire. This is if you have a longer rod coming down out of the ceiling. It's a little extension. And we've got the little remote control, remotely mounted.